Ladies and gentlemen, Gamer Time Podcast is back. We're here, brand new episode. Football season's over. For a good 9 months, 8 months until football season.
Yeah,
Countdown is on. My name
right.
is Matt. Of course, this guy right there is Mr. Big Al Mocious. How's it going, brother?
Good, Maddie. Hello, folks. We're ready to get back at it. And with if you can't tell by my shirt, Phillies, yeah, that's right. We're talking baseball, America's pastime tonight. Can't wait to get started.
Beautiful. So, yes, this is our um, one of the rare times we'll be talking baseball, but we like to hit on a lot of sports as much as we can, at least. We aren't the most knowledgeable baseball fans, but well, you are more than I am, but um, so you'll be kind of carrying this topic. But it's our MLB season preview episode. Let's kick things off with a local story. Okay, the
Sure.
Philadelphia Phillies have, in my opinion, the best catcher. Yes, of course, Big Al rocking the teacher. Um, in my opinion, the best catcher in baseball. His name is JT Realmuto. One of the bigger topics of this past season was whether or not the Phillies were going to re-sign him, and a lot of Philadelphia fans, of course, Philadelphia fans, negative Nancy's, um, were unsure whether the GM was going to pay him because he was asking for a lot of money. But he is the best catcher in baseball, so I think that he's probably worth it. And he's a great player. So, um, the GM, I know in Philadelphia, was fired or let go or left or whatever it was. And a new GM came in and they got the deal done. So, JT Realmuto is remaining with the Philadelphia Phillies. Do you have the details on that? I'm not sure what the numbers were on his contract. I know it's over 100, but I
Oh,
forget.
yeah. I unfortunately, Matt, I don't know the
Okay,
specifics.
okay.
But hey, it's great to have him though. I considering he's one of the top catchers, and it's just like I understand he's on a team that, is just still in that rebuilding type of thing, from a few years ago when they got Harper and other players. Like they just, I thought he would want to go to a team that's like, win now type of thing. But it's good to have him back and, being able to compete with us.
Yeah, definitely. He is like Bryce Harper's. They're like really close friends on the team. Bryce Harper, of course, the big signee on the Phillies a couple of years ago now. Wow. Um, and major bucks and high profile signing there, but he was definitely on the picket fence, with the sign, holding up the sign JT, you know, sign just to get his friend, some money and some contract and, all the stuff that he deserves because, again, he's probably definitely an all star, best catcher in baseball. And he's the set probably, yeah, I'd say the second best player on the Phillies. Reese Hoskins is right there too. Um, how do you
Yeah.
feel? Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was just agreeing with you.
Okay,
Go ahead,
okay.
man.
How do you feel this puts the Phillies? Do you think that they are progressing in the right direction? As soon as they signed Bryce, its expectations went through the roof. So, do you think that he currently, what is it now, third season later, are they making the right steps? Are they in the right direction? Are we looking at a possible division this year, division championship? What do you think?
Uh, I'm not willing to go that far yet, Matt.
Okay.
I I know he can bring, that power, and it's good to have power with him and Reese together, um, in the lineup. But I feel like I could see a little bit more from him. Like I know he's a big hitter and everything, and a big time contract and all, but I just feel like we're still not at that. We've had him for 2 or 3 years, and we're still not at that level we want to be. And I think a lot of it has to do with the pitching, though. A lot. If we can get more pitching and just another maybe few players along, we have DD. Um, there's a couple nice pieces in the infield. So if we can shape up the bullpen, I think we'll have a better chance at maybe like a wild card. But I'm just looking at like the Braves and Nationals to compete for that division for a long time. So at least a wild card if they get more pitching.
Okay. Yeah, I know one of the big stories last season was how bad the bullpen was. So the Phillies, I think they made one or two moves as far as the bullpen goes, but I think they still need help. It's
Yeah.
still probably bottom half of the league. So we'll see how they fare. We'll see, what adjustments they make, and you know, not new management, new front office personnel. So
Yeah.
minor moves, farm system moves, little tiny moves like that. Different guy behind all those moves. So we'll see the difference a year or two from now. See how well he's done. So
Right.
okay. Another signing was a gigantic signing for 14 years. Um,
14.
14 years, and that was Fernando Tatis Jr. re-signing with his team, the San Diego Padres.
Yeah.
Um, what was it? 340 million?
$340 million.
My gosh, that is insane. I mean, I know the last couple of years, Bryce started it off with a 300 plus, and then Mike Trout went for. Did he get 400? What was his? I
It
still
was
think.
pretty close to that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's up there. The money is just bonkers right now. Well, here's another thing too. That's the second long-term, high dollar amount contract that the Padres have offered. They just gave all crap ton of money to Manny Machado.
Right.
So you've got your third base and your shortstop locked up for at least a decade plus. Um, is the, what does that do for the Padres? I know both guys were on the team last year and they were average to, you know, they're up and coming, but
Mhm.
what does that do for the Padres right now, just for that reassurance and stability, especially in the infield like that? Every day you've got those two guys on the left side.
Well, it means that every day you're gonna still compete offensively. I don't know a whole lot about their pitching, but
Yeah.
offensively, you know that you can be in it and score some runs and make the players around them better. And just yeah, knowing that you have those guys is just it's a great thing for their offense. And I don't know about division stuff like that because they're in a tough division with the Dodgers and Giants and all them. So it'll be tough, but yeah, they'll win some games and compete.
Yeah. Um, well, it's funny you mentioned the pitchers, and that is another huge move in the offseason. Via trade? I think this one was a trade, but they got one of the better pitchers on the market this offseason, and that's Blake Snell. So Blake Snell also went to the Padres. Um, so
Hmm.
I think they've gotten another pitcher in there too. Anyways, so you re-sign. First of all, you started off by signing Manny Machado. You
Mhm.
re-sign your best young player, um, Fernando Tatis Jr. You pick up
Yeah.
two solid pitchers. They're clearly in the buyer's market. They're spending as much money as they possibly can, as fast as they possibly can. Um, the the reason I bring all this up is because I saw something the other day was the betting odds for the championship this coming fall.
Oh.
Um, And number one best odds are for the Dodgers to repeat. The number two best odds are for the evil empire New York Yankees to win a title. But surprisingly enough, in third place, the San Diego Padres. The
Wow.
third best odds to win the World Series. You had teams after that like the Braves and Nationals and guys like that. But yeah, I was really surprised to see the Padres right there at 3.
Huh.
So interesting.
Yeah, I have, you know, I know at some point we're gonna be talking, predictions for the World Series, and I got to tell you, none of those teams do I have in it for either side, so I
Huh?
can't wait to tell that.
Wow. Okay, you don't have the Dodgers anywhere near.
I wouldn't say anywhere near. I'd say they'll go back to the playoffs, but they're not going all the way.
Okay, okay. You know what? Let's jump onto that in just 1 minute. I've got one more story,
Mhm.
and that is another big time trade of the star from Denver, Colorado, the Colorado Rockies,
Mm.
um, Nolan Arenado, going to the St. Louis Cardinals. Um,
Yeah,
he is right up there as one of the best third basemen in baseball, if not the best. Um, what does this do for the Cardinals? Because I know the Cardinals normally are a team in contention, and I believe they have been a little bit down lately. So you get a star like this, I think they're right back up there.
absolutely, Matthew. They have a. You were talking about, one of the better catchers over Muto. Um, the Cardinals have a great veteran catcher, Yadier Molina.
True.
So
Yep.
they got some power there, and adding him Arenado to a team that's can can fight, even though they were down, can fight, and they brought some more guys in, and the pitching's there. I really do see good things for them in the future. It's a great move for them.
Okay. Okay. Now, I gave you a little bit of a hint there. So let's get into it. What are your predictions for the 2021 MLB playoffs? I guess who are your division champions and your two wild cards? Right? It's two wild cards. They're still
I
doing that.
believe it.
Yeah.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Um, Matt, we'll go with the the NL East, and I'm going to say the Atlanta Braves
Mm.
are champion of the division.
Okay.
They, they just I feel like they're too powerful over the teams that are in that division right now, so I take them all the way.
Yep.
That division, I believe it's the N the NL Central.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Cardinals
Okay.
to win that. I know there's some good teams in there, the Cubbies and
Right.
um, Milwaukee tends to be decent every now and then. So we'll see what happens with that. Out west, I I'll go back with the Dodgers.
Okay.
I'll go with the Dodgers in the West. I believe that's the and then the two
Yeah.
wild cards. Um, I believe the two wild cards are I'm gonna go Cincinnati Reds and I'll put the Nationals back in it.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you do not have the upstart San Diego Padres getting in there at all.
Well, that was for the um National League. I didn't do the American League yet.
Padres are. I thought the Padres were.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I do not have them in there.
Okay. Um. Okay. Give me the AL then.
The AL, we got I'll give you your Yankees to win the freaking division.
Okay.
Even though I was up and down with them in Tampa Bay, but
Yeah.
I'll give it to you
Okay.
just to be nice. But the the other division, um, the Central,
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
You got like the White Sox, the oh man, the Twins.
Twins,
Yeah.
Tigers.
Yeah, that's probably
Uh,
one of the lower divisions in baseball this year.
mhm.
Indians. Well,
And then-
oh, that's another big. I forgot. That was another big one. They lost their star too, Lindor.
mhm.
I forget where he went, but he no longer on the Indians. Um,
And
yeah.
Trevor Bauer went to the Dodgers, so that makes them more legit contenders.
Okay. I think.
But I'm gonna take the Twins in that division.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go with the Twins, and then the other division AL West. I'm gonna go with the Anaheim Angels.
Oh, the Anaheim Angels.
I'm
The-
sorry, the
yeah,
Los Angeles Angels.
I know. I know.
Okay,
Another thing there, real quick. Um, Francisco Lindor did go to the Mets. So
okay.
yeah, that'll. I think that was another one of the they Vegas releasing the odds for the World Series or whatever. They gave like a top 10, and I don't have them all memorized, but I do believe the Mets were up there too. So that would,
Okay.
a lot of people are liking the Mets after that move, given them adding on to the pieces that they have. So yeah, should be
Yeah,
interesting.
and my two wild cards in the AL Met are the A's
Okay.
and the other team in your division, the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, yeah. That's another upstart team with their brand new slugger,
Mm-hmm.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Yeah,
Right, and oh my gosh, they are pretty loaded too. But
yeah.
so out of those playoff teams, this World Series, in my opinion, will be a sea of the color red.
Oh, jeez.
In the NL, you got the St. Louis Cardinals are going back
Okay.
versus the team that I don't even know what city they're from, the Los Angeles Angels.
God. So,
The Angels versus the Cardinals 2021 World Series.
does Mike Trout finally get one?
Uh, that'll be a good. If it happens that way, it would be a good matchup with the Cardinals. So but yes, I think he can definitely get one.
Okay. All right. Okay. Um, I appreciate your predictions. I do agree with a decent amount of those. I don't know how I feel. I think the Mets are going to get super close there. I think the Phillies are going to be right behind them. Um, I Teams like the Cubs could get back into contention. They're a couple of pieces away. Um, Let me think here. I do like the Padres. I feel like they just two solid pitchers locking up the hitting and things like that. So um, I don't agree with your Angels and Cardinals. Um, Last year, I believe I really liked the Dodgers, and they won it all. But I think I had them going up against the Yankees, and that didn't happen.
No,
So um, they beat the Rays, correct?
yeah, but then someone beat Houston, and then the Rays. I think the Rays won after that.
Okay.
I think they beat Houston, but lost to the Rays.
Yeah, yeah. I meant the Dodgers. The Dodgers beat the Rays in the World
Oh
Series.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, they did.
Um, Okay, so the Rays being in the World Series last year, that to me is a surprise because I didn't. I mean, I think they had a solid team the year
Mhm.
before, but um, definitely didn't see them as a World Series team. So I think that you every year there is sort of that dark horse that you can potentially see at least in the World Series. Not sure if they win it all, but um, yeah. So I think uh, I think the Braves. I think the Braves have a good chance getting into the World Series.
All right.
I could see Braves and ooh man, I could see Braves.
You're not gonna give credit to your own team.
I don't know, man. Yeah, they're gonna come close. I know they're gonna probably make the playoffs, but um, if they can stay healthy, yeah. You know what? Let's do that. Yeah, if they're healthy, I've got Braves and Yankees. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I okay.
But it's a big thing. I mean, I know the Yankees told Judge and Stanton that they got to do more yoga and stop lifting weights in the off season because they keep getting injured all the time. So, yeah. So we'll see.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a special treat. Um, as you know, as some of you longtime listeners know, we like to dive into a little bit of video games every once in a while. This is more of a sports centric podcast, but um, we also hit on a few sports video games ideas and news notes and things like that. First of all, I want to say one of the bigger notes, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting college football back.
Yes,
College
we
football
are.
is coming back to video games.
Yes.
And oh boy, it's going to be glorious. Um, yeah, that was announced, 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
That is going to be amazing. But um, sticking with this MLB season preview show episode,
Dun,
um,
dun.
I would like to give this little treat to anybody watching on YouTube, Gamer Time Shows podcast. I apologize, it won't have any audio, but it is a trailer for MLB The Show 21. This is a video game trailer, so you don't exactly need sound, but it would be better. But sorry, I didn't work that out yet. So, before we get started on our evaluation on the new game, please watch this new trailer. Let's go!
In MLB The Show 21's March to October,
Let's go! Thank you. We're so cool.
we are also cool. Experience the thrill of a quicker postseason push without playing 162 games.
Thank you again. We're the champions! Let's go!
Roll that gameplay. March to October has massive improvements to player logic system, constant intensity throughout the MPO postseason, and even more user control over your roster. Enjoy increased user control through new fast track episodes, allowing top prospects to help your team with their March to October.
We're really focused. We took care of business and made it to the postseason in about 13 hours.
What a remarkable young man that Tatis. He would never do anything to embarrass me.
We did it, coach! Time to get wet.
In hindsight, I should have seen this coming.
You know me.
Now I gotta get dry cleaned.
Wow.
All right. So I didn't realize that the other monitor had its audio playing, so I think the microphone picked up the audio. So we'll see how good that came through. But anyways, Big Al,
Yes.
you had, I don't know if you've seen the trailer. You had a Muppets version of Fernando Tatis Jr. in the commercials, going crazy and acting like the Padres won the World Series. Anyways, so one of the big notes about the new game would be it's coming to Xbox for the first time ever.
It's coming to Xbox too.
Yes. So this is the first time in MLB The Show's history of like 15 games, 15 years, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That it is going to be on Xbox as well as PlayStation. So Xbox fans are super pumped because it's the only baseball video game that they've gotten. Authentic sim baseball game.
Right.
But another big thing is that it's crossplay. So anybody who plays online, PlayStation and Xbox can play together.
Very nice.
Yeah, that is huge for some of my friends. Yeah, so we both have PlayStation, and both of us are big The Show fans. So we'll probably both be getting it at some point. Big Al, what do you think about this year's game?
Matthew, you just kind of sold it already. Another big feature, and we've been asking about this since NCAA baseball 2006 and 2007. Freaking create a stadium,
Yes, sir.
guys! My first stadium is gonna be Fenway 2, and we're gonna have the freaking Green Monster. We're gonna have it in right field this time
Right.
instead of left. Heck, we'll put them in both spots.
Oh boy.
Put them in left and right. But I'm excited for that feature, Matt. They haven't really detailed yet if it's gonna be just like from franchise mode or like your regular like team moving, creating a team and building a stadium. They haven't really gotten those details yet, but I'm sure in exhibition you could also play in there the new create a stadium however they build it. So between the road to the show and creating the stadium, I'm really looking forward to those things to happen.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. Well, this is news to me. Well, you told me like a couple of hours ago that the new game will have create a stadium. I did not know that. That is pretty awesome. Um, I do like when a sports game, any sports game, revamps their franchise mode. I'm definitely a franchise player. I love the grind of a season and all that stuff, and the realistic play as well. But hints to Madden, EA Sports, listen up, okay? You need to do something with your franchise. It's garbage.
Yes.
Anyways, no, it's good. I'm happy to see that Sony. I don't think it's Sony San Diego is the team behind this game. I think it's Sony something else. Anyways, I'm happy to see them keep making improvements to this game because it's had a lot of success over the last like 5 years, and some sports games will sit there and just try. Oh, we've reached that top plateau. We can coast. And games like 2K and games like The Show, they keep improving year after year. So I think it's awesome. Come out with new things like that. So we'll see. I'm pretty super pumped and I'm ready to go. Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our MLB season preview episode. Special announcement here, okay? To get you ready football-wise, these are the dog days on most of the other sports. Basketball, you're getting important games, but until like mid-May, it's really, that's when the playoffs really kick up into gear. You really start paying attention to the best teams in the world kind of thing. Same with hockey's same timeline.
Yeah.
But No football, dog days of basketball and hockey. Baseball's just getting started, things like that. But right around the same time, the NFL draft.
Yeah.
So Gamer Time Shows is dedicating the next 9 episodes to certain categories and positions of NFL draftees. Starting with next week, we will be kicking it off with cornerbacks and safeties. So we will take a nice little deep dive into some of the best corners and safeties coming into the NFL draft this coming summer, spring, whatever. So stay tuned next week because we're getting into some details, I'll tell you what. But anyways, I appreciate everybody listening. My name is Matt for Big Al.
That's right. We're back, and thank you for listening. We're glad to do this feature for you, and we can't wait to expand and do more for you. So stay with us.
All right, everybody. Peace.